Welcome along, Chelsea fans, to a video here on the channel. It's a completely different setup because my studio down the end of the garden is knackered. I need to get that all sorted out, so I'm doing it on this particular laptop. So apologies for the quality of the picture and the sound, but at least there's content out there. And I just want to talk about the last couple of games, the Arsenal game and the game yesterday against Villa, which we all know we were robbed, absolutely robbed from what happened at the end of the game. It's a joke decision. Anyway, we started off this week with positivity. We've been playing well. We were doing all right. We should have beaten Man City, but completely dominated Man City in the Cup semi-final. And we come into this particular game and we were on a high against the Arsenal. And I believe that we could do something against Arsenal, but our defending and our errors defending and our just lack of organisation defensively just done us. Absolutely done us, and Arsenal ripped us apart without question. That second half was just embarrassing. First half, put up a good fight. Second half, just capitulated. And the point I noted from that Arsenal game was the work rate of the wide players. And it was something that really bugged me. There were a lot of players that just walking about where they should be busting the gut to try and change things. Just walking about. And it was a real disappointing game. It was a game that really sort of done it for me, where I began to sort of flip my mentality, thinking basically this is just not good enough. Certain players need to go if they're not going to put the effort in. It was real doom and gloom, and then Pochettino come out and said he's not going to, have a go at the players because there's other circumstances beyond our control, or other circumstances or that are leading to the situation. We all know about our extensive injury problems. If we'd had Nkunku, Chilwell, and Reece James fit all season, it would have been much different. We all know that, but we have to deal with what we got. And then obviously we then lose Enzo. Enzo was obviously playing with an injury, which wasn't great. We went from playing well, apart from the City defeat, 8 games unbeaten, building up a bit of momentum, and it all fell apart against the Arsenal. So we go into the game yesterday against Villa, and the opening 4 minutes we concede a second. We're huffing and puffing, we're creating chances, just can't put them away. We had a goal disallowed for Jackson offside. Jackson also hit the post. We were well in the game despite losing 2-0. And you wondered if Chelsea would capitulate again as they did against Arsenal's second half. But what I was pleased to see, and I've already mentioned it earlier, the situation with the wingers and the wide players not putting a shift in. Against Villa they did. Now I will say this about Mykhailo Mudryk. Mykhailo Mudryk needs to do more. I've defended him for God knows how long. I keep saying that Mudryk, it's almost as if the price tag for him's got in his head and he's thinking too much about his game, where he should be just natural instinctive football like most of the players that you watch in the Premier League. He just tries to do too much, try to impress all the time. But there's no end product with Mudryk. Now and again it's like you might get 1 or 2 moments in a game, but that's it. And it's not consistent enough. And you sort of look for reaction from him. He works hard. I do give him that. He tracks back, and that's a positive. But what stood out for me was just the whole mentality, the shift from the players in the second half. And when I say shift, I mean it in 2 ways. The shift in mentality to go, do you know what, we don't accept this, let's go after this game and go and press high and chase that ball down, which led to the first goal, obviously. But also just the actual work rate, the shift that people were putting in. Noni Madueke is one of them, for example, who disappointed me against the Arsenal. But he come in, got involved, was up for a bit of a confrontation with his marker yesterday and Digne, and a real battle with him. But he was up for it and obviously took his goal fantastically well. It was great pressure from us that led to the mistake from Villa, and we get in, he scores. And then Conor Gallagher, who you can never moan about his work rate or his commitment or anything, steps up and curls one to make it 2-2 with 10 minutes plus injury time to go. And I genuinely believe that Chelsea would go and win that game. Obviously, there's some opportunities where a final ball would have been better, or a better final ball, I should say. And then obviously the goal at the end that was disallowed. And when you see the replay and you see Diogo Carlos stick his arm back at Badiashile, who expects it coming in, so Badiashile gives him a bit of a nudge. For me, that's 50-50. And they said it last night, Match Today said the same sort of thing. That goal should have stood. Chelsea were robbed of 3 points, but we took a lot of credit away from that game. And it was good to see Conor Gallagher being disappointed with just a point because of the way we fought back. And obviously, Cole Palmer in on goal should have took it. But you can't complain about Cole Palmer because he's been outstanding this season. That was a big, big opportunity. Just sums up our season, really. Great in moments, awful in others, missed opportunities. But I just wanted to sort of cover the games and my feeling, as I say, I think we got robbed against Villa. I think we just got punished against the Arsenal. And I'm seeing a lot of, obviously every single day there's a lot of comment and speculation about Pochettino in the future. Will he last beyond the summer? And all I keep saying, and all I keep sort of saying to people is, think about it. He's there to lead this project. He's now beginning to speak out a little bit over the last couple of days, let's just say that. So let's see what happens with that. But people moan about the fact that we're going nowhere at the moment. There's no improvement. There is improvement because we've gone from 12th to pushing up to near or nearabouts the European places. We got to a cup final we should have won. We got to a cup semi-final we should have won. So there is progress, there is improvement. And then I look at that and I think about that formation last night. Now Enzo's out for the rest of the season. The 4-2-3-1 with Gallagher and Caicedo works because you've got the two wingmen. It should now be Sterling, really, because I don't think Mudryk does enough. But Sterling one side, Madueke the other, and Palmer through the middle, supporting the striker. That's the way we got to go now for me. I think it's exciting. We got attacking threat, we got pace wide, and I think that's something we should do. We should stick to now. But as for Pochettino, if we sack him, somebody else comes in. They've got to have a whole another season of trying to get the players to get used to their ideas, the way they want to play. Will they be given a chance to bring some of their own players in if they get rid of Pochettino at the end of the season? So it's just like a revolving... You can't have a revolving door because you'll be in the same situation. Pochettino's worked hard this season to try and get people to buy into his methods, and hopefully they are. And then you'll see the benefit of it next season, the season after. But if we just get rid of Pochettino and bring somebody else in, we're starting the whole thing again. And you wonder, what's the point? Are we prepared? Are all those keyboard warriors, all those people effing and jeffing and bleating about Chelsea, will they be prepared to, the ones that are calling for Pochettino to go, if the same thing happens next season with a new manager, we're struggling again in the same sort of position, are they going to moan again? Will they accept that? So Chelsea's got a big couple of games left between now and the end of the season. We can skip West Ham, we've got 2 games in hand on them. Just needs... Obviously, the result of Newcastle United at the weekend, we need to try and obviously just win the rest of our games, our remaining games, which won't be easy, but we can do it on our day. And if we stick to that 4-2-3-1, I think we got a hope. So the blow really was Thiago Silva, because even though he's slow or slower than he was, having him organising at the back is so much different compared to when he's not there. And the fact he's gone off with looks like a groin strain, possible hamstring, it could be an issue. So let's see what happens between now and the end of the season. We've gone from the diabolical to real fight and spirit in that second half yesterday, which is good to see. The players not just giving up, actually fighting for the shirt, which is what we want. And then let's see what happens. So apologies that there's been no videos for a while. As I say, I had COVID, and COVID really knocked me out. Still got the after effects of it 3 weeks later, but I'm getting on with it. And my recording studio is completely gone, as I say, at the moment. It's out of action. So I'm having to do videos possibly like this. I work late, so by the time I get home, my little boy is upstairs in bed, and I can't really record like this because he'll hear me and it'll wake him up. So I have to come up with a solution, which I will. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching the video. Apologies for the camera. Apologies for the sound. It's not up to the usual standards, but that's because of the situation that I'm in at the minute. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about anything discussed in this video, and I'll see you guys next time.